those games weren't his fault. Like, if you're the only playmaker on the team, there's no one to follow up, it's not going to look that good. Now, I think he did miss a few, like, empowered bolas he should have been using and should have been hitting, and those were kind of mistakes here. But I like that he just switched up and played Fizz, and outside of one really good counter game, largely played the series very well.
All right, so we have a game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for our last game here for the Oceanic Regional Final. Avant on the blue side for our 5th and final game. Legacy over on the red. Syndra Z their first 2 bans. Yasuo will join that pool as well. Twisted Fate started the 2 for Legacy, and already with the Draft Freak, I love that all of these champions that have just been causing problems are all out. So we're going to have an amazing, clean, really epic game here. Jana going in as well.
Well, this is interesting, though, because Legacy, we're so afraid of Avant Garde first picking Tristana. They're going to give away a lot of other champions that are important. Now, Rumble picked up, means Ryze is not a contestant anymore. Kha'Zix is up. That's an easy grab. The Thresh as well. Okay.
That was fast.
No, that's like the big giant tier list that like both these teams are fighting over. Is like these 3 champions. The rest can come in as it needs to. There's no other heavily, repeatedly contested picks so far in this series. So now they can take their time and say, okay, look, now we can put together our team comp. Now we can put together the champions that we want. What's going to work alongside this? Kenzie can grab his own Orianna. Yuzor can go back to his Jarvan. They can grab that Alistar. The only really question mark then is what does Veritas play, because they're set up to play the AoE teamfight comp that's just kind of been winning every single game so far.
Yeah, and it looks like Yuzor is going to go back to a very comfortable champion. Lee Sin has been locked in alongside that Alistar. And Kadra is going to give the crowd some love. Over in that Vel'Koz.
Man, the Vel'Koz cosplay that was here a couple days ago was ludicrous. That was cool.
Shout out to cosplay actually while we're here. Cosplay's been fantastic.
Oh my god.
All throughout the weekend. We've had a few riders from the LA office been here hanging out. Lots of riders here just chilling with you guys. A lot of them, you know, they've been to these big events. I know you've been there as well. Just saying, you know what, PAX Australia has delivered in terms of cosplay. And we've got events like PAX East and PAX Prime to compete with.
Yeah, so I feel like this has been the highest amount of cosplay per capita of any PAX I've been to. Like, we had like 140 people or something cosplaying yesterday.
Well, 170 something.
170 something yesterday. It's like,
I did push-ups because of how many cosplayers there were. I lost a bet.
Here's the thing, Maokai and Corki come through now for Legacy. So they've got good early game, good team fighting, decent fallback. Really their only great late game is Kha'Zix here. Maokai's all right, but Corki's going to fall off a little bit. So I wonder how well they can contest these Rumble mid-game dragons, because Avant Garde can set themselves up for a big advantage, kind of nullify what Corki's supposed to do by having an even stronger mid-game through Lee Sin, Alistar, and the Rumble, and then filling out late game elsewhere and continue to outscale. This is a little bit tricky here for Legacy. I don't know what their 5th pick is going to be, but I like Avant Garde so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure either, but they're going to put the carry pants well and truly on Choo-Choos, who has played just insanely well throughout most of this series. We saw, of course, got AB to make some picks, and they are going to maybe go late game here. This was Veritas' clutch pick yesterday, if he goes for it.
There's one risk here, though. They're all magic damage.
Oh, he switches.
Through.
Whoa, he switches again. Vayne Xerath.
Okay, this is tricky because now they've got a weak lane. Now, I've seen Avant Garde win their Vayne lanes against Legacy specifically. Anyway, they did that last time these guys matched up back in their qualifier, basically. But this opens up risks. Now, Kenzie's been very good on Xerath, Porky's been very good on Rumble, and Veritas has been very good in general. And you never buy an Avarice Blade first, so he's not going to screw up his item builds either. There's a lot of elements for success, but these elements can be broken apart into quirks.
Oh, man. Full mid-game now for Legacy.
That's...
Do or die is this team comp.
That's the type of champ I want to see on Choo-Choos. He can do stuff by himself. He can match this poke largely. And they've already got enough magic damage to make Jace work. They've got Maokai as well as Corki. So it's a very good damage profile for the team. The right type of champion for Choo-Choos. And my god, do they have so much poke as long as they can dodge the Xerath stunts.
But Avant Garde, to me, they're kind of doing the Legacy thing that they like to do in Game 5s. They're just going to try and outscale. Veritas, I mean, we talk about Game 5s in high pressure and clutch situations. If there was ever a time to play a comfort champion, it's right here. In Veritas, he is a Vayne player, that's for sure.
He is a Vayne player. But the thing to keep in mind, is you have Maokai to deal with. Maokai is one of the very best champions at setting up one individual dude. 2-second route into the knockup plus slow. A lot of damage coming across from this one. And you've got so many champions who can follow up that burst. Corki and Jace both, and Kha'Zix actually as well. So many good champions to follow the Maokai in and actually kill this Vayne. I actually don't like Vayne in this comp. Like, it fits the damage profile, and I think he's a great player, but this is such, that's what I was saying, it's such a risky pick here. It's comfort, but it's risky comfort.
Yeah, I mean, acceleration gate as well. Great tool when you want to just kind of get everyone in the line back at the enemy team.
Yeah.
Legacy, this is the type of comp they want game one with.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about here. There's so much to think about because so many different people can take over the game. If you win it in 30 minutes, you can win it off the back of Kensti. His Xerath was so stupidly good in game 2. He hard carried that game. He was there for basically every single fight, and he won every battle for his team. That's a game we could see. We could see the ludicrously good Rumble ultis that we've seen from both these top laners. That's a game we could see. We could see Vayne be unanswerable as a split pusher, and we could see Veritas take over the game by himself as well. All options, even the jungler as well, can come in, be as awesome Lee Sin self, set up all these plays. That can happen too. So many X factors here at Avant Garde.
All right, let's do it, boys and girls. It's game 5 time at PAX Australia. Avant Garde on the blue side here, Legacy on the red side, and both these teams are here for the last time on the Rift. Everything on the line now. No more games left to play. Let's see what happens.
Well, what happens right away is aggressive early plays by Avant Garde. Go in, put some trinket wards down, say, all right, we're going to know about your jungle start, but then back that a little bit. Veritas already putting the damage output in. Bam.
Yeah, Chug and Choo-Choo's there. Good poke there coming through for Kha'Zix as well. Kha'Zix actually going to hang out in mid lane also. And just do a bit of trading back and forth. Looks back here, the health back is already going to do the same. Everyone got plenty of time here. Not that many trinket wards actually going down.
Actually, only the one. Oh my god, this hook. Oh my god.
Hook. So close to first blood. Ejim. I think he's still playing well, Freak. What do you think?
I think he's playing well also.
And he's on a champion like Thresh as well. We cannot understate. Ejim hard carries games for his teams, undoubtedly, from the support role.
Not as Alistar, though, does too.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Keep in mind, that was an MVP winning Alistar, I think twice now, if I recall correctly.
Yep, he won with against Iowas, but only once in this series, and with good reason. Ejim played it the other time as well in game 1. But still, like, his Alistar is insane. Nada is just such a good player.
I mean, both these teams are really loaded with talent. They're in the finals for a reason. Everybody's performing, I think, among the best that I've seen them play. Ejim, I feel like more so than everyone else, he's really, really stepped up this weekend. And we'll see if it's on his back that his team can win the game. Let's watch the lane matchups. Okay, so Nada's contesting this buff attempt because this is this is bad actually for Legacy. It's greedy. Oh my god.
Nada. A rare miss there, not hitting that pulverize. Vayne's down there. It's actually 3v2. Don't even need to pull Vayne here as well.
Legacy shouldn't do this. They're risking it. He's already got
Carbon, he wanted to go in, but he doesn't get it. Flames
2 seconds to pulverize.
Well. Not enough time, but Carbon, he might get 3 buffed here. That's not the way he wanted to start this game. Ejim, hello friend, roaming into the mid lane, excuse me. Saying hi to Kensti.
It depends. It depends if this team can actually set up the left side blue buff.
Oh my goodness, what a hook. Choose is so low though, he's got to be careful. Nada's rotated here as well. So both AD carries going to get free time here in their respective lanes. What?
Cargo's trying to set up for the blue buff contest, but there's no way this gets taken away. Yeah, he trinketed it, but no, this is going to be a 3 buff for Avant Garde. Very good job.
I'm glad you knew what I was making silly noises about, by the way. What's exactly that? Ejim is here as well. Nada.
It's a 2v3 though.
There's the flash pulse. Ejim needs to be careful. Does he have a flash? He does flash out. We're going to have a teleport here as well for Tally. Kensti in trouble now. There's the W just missing, but Tally now. He's going to be forced to flash over the top. Legacy won this blue buff so badly.
This is so greedy.
Oh, the flash! Oh my god! First blood for Cardred!
Wow, I cannot believe that happened. Such a greedy play, but it worked out. Veritas was still bot lane. They had more players available. Even though they were losing summoners, losing health bars, the 5v4 was enough.
And Cardred got the blue buff. I was wondering, it's not Carbon, unfortunately. He's actually still very far behind in the jungle. But he's going to find a way here. Legacy, that was a risky-looking defense, but they made it work.
Well, they are certainly not afraid to go the distance here. In Game 5, they did not flinch. I mean, so even the first blue buff take, they were so confident they knew the Alistar pulverize cooldown that they stayed until it was 2 seconds left, and they walked back under turret range. just so confident they were not going to get flash pulverized because that would have been a kill if one landed.
And that is exactly how Legacy have to play this game, with no fear. They have the early game and mid-game edge with this comp if they get ahead. And then even, they need to look to make plays just like that if they can secure this game. Avant, they have the stress of trying not to get pressured too much in these early stages. And Carter with blue buff against this Vayne is going to cause problems, but that is an XP lead if I've ever seen one. Veritas is level 4 right now.
But I wonder how much he can snowball this, because the First Blood Gold went over to Cardred, so he's got boots and a longsword. He can actually outplay Veritas in this matchup. He can contest every CS, and Thresh can kind of muck up a lot of these attempted plays. So,
if there was ever a time for Legacy's bottom lane to really step up, it's here against AB's bottom lane, who've looked like the best bottom lane in Oceania this tournament, it has to be said.
Especially in 2v2s, or I should say specifically in 2v2s.
Yep.
Where their real strength lies. So, let's see. I mean, Blue Buff Corki's trying to harass as much as he can with Qs, but you're seeing how well Veritas is playing in the back line. Actually, these Fossil Bombs are ruining CS. There's been at least 3 missed so far just from Phosphorus Bomb hitting at the wrong time. Veritas getting some good damage down.
Decent Lantern going to give him a mini shield there, but Nada playing quite forward on this Alistar, just wanting to zone out as best he can. Ejim trying to do the same. The good news, at least with Vayne, looking good here, double the CS of Corki right now, is that the other 2 lanes for Legacy are doing quite nicely. It's even right now as Choose did go back, get his tier, which is very crucial, and Talonback has got a slight edge in top as well.
So I really like the early tier buy, though. The faster you can get that started, the better off your Mana Mune is when you combine it. Because of that First Blood, because they've kind of removed some of the buffs here that Yuzora can get, his maximum experience gain, there's much less early pressure on Legacy.
And that's actually fantastic in this Kha'Zix versus Lee Sin matchup.
Yes.
Like,
yes, it is.
They both lost a lot of experience and buffs, but if you're going to make that trade and kind of gimp the junglers early, Carbon's much happier than Yuzora is, because he also needs to make plays here for his team. He's kind of the glue that transitions them to mid to late game.
Exactly, and Yuzora's going to keep trying. He actually recalled for a longsword here, whereas the Spirit Stone comes in for Carbon. I mean, the item builds just kind of show you the style both these players are going for, yet Carbon is still the one to look for a gank first.
Yeah, Carbon is actually mid lane level 3. This is an aggressive force. They know the flash is down though, but Carbon, I think, should give this one up. He also can't fight Lee Sin right now.
Oh no, this is so risky. He can't do this.
Oh, Yuzora has spotted him though. Oh, Carbon's like, uh-oh.
What? Oh, he wasn't watching.
Correct. He will come in that Warthog. Q almost hitting there. That was a great predictive Q there, but Zero's actually also recalled, so Carbon got quite lucky there to not die.
That was very, very fortunate. He didn't have nearly good enough warrior control to go for that play, and he was definitely going to lose a fight in the enemy jungle. Nice by Tallywacker, though, getting some good harass, and he's done a very good job of just going in, taking some fights. He will almost certainly be able to have Catalyst when you recall. Look at this gank by Yuzora, though.
He tried to gank Choose, but Choose is like, hey, mate, no, I don't think so. Starler does come through. Kenzie looking good here on the Zero, but here comes Carbon, rotating through onto Kenzie. Slow does land. Exhaust that as well. Yuzora for the defense. Oh, he shot the shot was just slightly off. Kenzie does get the kill, and Carbon's going to go down as well.
Wow.
There's the double for Zero.
Severe misplay from Choo-Choo's, fully whiffs an empowered shock blast that could have set up the kill. Yuzora and Kenzie making the play.
And this is kind of the focus of the matchup as far as I'm concerned. These 2 mid laners have really traded blows back and forth. And Choose is the one that kind of everyone coming into this said, he's going to outplay Kenzie, and he did in some of these games, but Kenzie's looked really good on his own. Yuzora a little low, but should be fine. It should just be jungle creeps that's causing the problems there. And for me, it's Yuzora versus Carbon. Who's going to camp that mid lane more? Who can find more pressure? And right now, it's Yuzora's Lee Sin.
It absolutely is. He's doing great so far. 2 assists on him. Double longsword in the Spirit Stone now. He's significantly ahead of Carbon. And again, I don't know why you go for early fights when you're in a Kha'Zix versus Lee Sin matchup. Just take your time, Legacy. You've got better late game. Don't risk your fights over and over and over again. But it's been the same story every single game. A lot of early brawling, kind of regardless of your team comp.
Yep, Tallywacker is just clearing out. Doing well again. 10 CS ahead of Porky's on board now. They both actually hit level 6. So we'll see what comes out of that, but probably nothing too substantial. Early Seekers Avant Garde here as well. Good hook just wide there onto Veritas. Good play back though. No jungler there. I actually assumed Carbon was there. But Veritas now level 6. Nada catching up as well. Equal level with the bottom lane of Legacy at level 4. Although Carter did just hit level 5. 6 actually quite important here for Corki. So a little awkward that he hasn't got experience. Or as much experience maybe.
That's true. At least he's sitting on Phage right here, though, so the items are close to equal. I still give the edge to Cutlass because of the lifesteal generally means more than flat health. I don't think Veritas is going to get bursted out, so the health doesn't really matter too much. It's more a matter of just them trying to scale up. I don't think Vayne is like such a good late game champion that like you have to hold her down in order for her not to take over the game, because I think this team does have answers. Legacy just need to get to that later phase. Again, Tallywaka over-aggressive in the wrong spot on the map.
Finds Porky, good arcane smash, but ult actually going to be used to Tally. Dodges the damage, actually he's waiting for friends. Chase is trying to come through. Porky's over here to great double knocker. Beautiful double kill! Choo gets himself back in the game.
Absolutely perfect by Tallywaka. I said, well, I can't through the equalizer, might as well fight you. Guys, please come over. Kept his cool, and it was absolutely beautiful.
The collapse there by Legacy really showing some teamwork there, and Choo-Choo's, who was likely feeling miserable after what happened in the 2v2, gets himself a double kill for himself now that Kenzie got earlier. So we're back in this mid lane. Carbon is hanging out in his red buff, taking a little too much damage.
He's going to be just barely okay, though. He's level 6 now, at least.
He'll be fine. Kazakh's region pretty good with the Spirit Stone especially, so he will be fine. Picks up his red, going to go back home. And how much do we have of the Elders? It's one longsword and a couple wards as well.
All right, so still a lot of room to go for Carbon. Only one assist on him, and that was the first blood kill, so it wasn't even all that much money for the assist on that one. The Legacy are back into the gold lead. Now, the only lane that's really going poorly is this bot lane, but it's going rather badly. 23 CS difference does matter. Veritas is an X-Factor. He can do things, but he can't do them around a Maokai. So
how does Veritas keep doing this, by the way?
He's 2 levels up. It just makes it so easy to CS.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
They are just the best duo lane. Like, if we watched Lane for more, I could tell you how they were doing it, but it was partially Corki missing a lot of CS with poorly timed Qs, and it's the fact that Veritas and Nada are just very good at this laning phase.
Yeah, blue buff going to go over here to Kensti. Carbon actually going to hop himself into the pit. They're going to rotate him for a very aggressive dragon. Choose is very low with no blue buff. Tally doesn't teleport. Porky does not actually. I don't know if they realize the timing that
very random timing. They're just going to force it. They did see the dual lane come up through a ward in the river, and they just ping MIA right now. Like, guys, the bot lane's missing.
Yeah, Tally's actually in trouble, by the way. Does have his flash, does use it then. Ultimate will come in for Xerath. There's one, doesn't hit the second, and the third goes wide, but Porky's still chasing. Ultimate for Mako, good dodge of the equalizer. He's moving around, and that's really nice play. Tally though gets kicked out by Yazora, and both teams play fantastically in the 2v1. Just
barely enough. If Maokai had actually stayed to fight Lee Sin, I think he would have gotten the kill. Likely died to Porky afterwards. Good kick by Azora to get out of range of the Maokai ulti, because that might have killed him, and then to set up Porky for enough damage to kill. Yeah, just kind of, I think Arcane Smash back in towards the turret for a bit more extra damage was Tally's plan, but Azora cancelled that swiftly with the Dragon's Rage, and now Carbon. Oh, he doesn't see him switch brushes. Carbon doesn't know where he is exactly.
Slows Porky, does he want to go in 1v2? Nope.
Good leap.
Yeah, and getting out is the right call there. Tally's actually back. He teleported back in to maybe try and sweep up the kill. Would be happy to continue padding a CS lead here. So bottom lane for Avant doing well, but Legacy's top lane are doing about as well there with 20 CS and counting in his particular lane. I have to say Tally has done fantastic in his standard lanes.
No, Tally, to me, is oh my god. Oh god.
Oh,
Veritas.
Beautiful box. Rockets come in as well. Nada is here for defense.
Double summoners for Justin ulti. Absolutely great here. Veritas is great sustained back, though. He can get his health back up and stay in this lane. But it opens up roam possibilities.
And we can't, I don't think we've given, oh, nice. Ooh, headbutt
just to give him time.
Just sending a message as well.
Yeah, by the way, I can hit these buttons. I can use all my buttons, don't worry.
I mean, both these supports are just mechanically superb.
Oh, absolutely.
Ejim is, I think you're right, on fire this tournament. That hook was so dumb. Oh, man.
I know.
All right, we're going to have to move on, though, because we've got more League of Legends. So credit to Ejim. Sheen now up as well for Koki. So Trinity Force on the way. That is the mid-game they want. And they're doing a good job of actually keeping Rumble away from Dragon. I don't recall who got the first. I believe it was Legacy.
Yeah, they just roamed up randomly and took it. It was very strange timing. There wasn't a reason I could see why that was the right time to go for it. I feel like everyone was kind of in their lanes, just Avant Garde just kind of didn't realize it was happening. It was basically a ward control thing.
And Legacy, that is actually going to give them so much room against this Rumble, who again always wants to fight for those early Dragon fights. So if Kadra gets his Trinity Force by the time the next Dragon rolls on, which is a possibility, given the way the CS and the farm is going right now. That's a big spike here. That might have been cancelled. Tally going in onto Porky, though. Equalizer actually popped it. Tally's like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Gonna keep smacking him in the back of the head, but Yazora rotating through as well. Tally realizing that he's done trading, cues him back and walks away. Again, just such stellar individual play, 1v1 here.
There was another kind of whiffed equalizer in a way. He leads his target really far, Porky. So if you walk forward against Porky, you get out of the equalizer. That happened in the river fight when he re-engaged with the twisted advance. That happened in that fight where Tally just went forward and took a good trade. But this is a good bait. Yazora's here.
Pink Ward bait coming in. Tally can't dodge that Q, being kicked out. Does get moved forward. Good twisted advance, but I don't think he can save him. Double knockup. Carbon's here as well. The passive heals him. Carbon trying to come in, but he can't buy enough time. A good effort though by Tally.
And look at this. Yazora has 4 assists. He made the double kill happen in the mid lane. He's gotten Porky 2 kills in the top lane. This Lee Sin pick is going great. Good play.
Yep, Nada going to take a bit of trade damage as well. They're doing good job trading it. Veritas wants to get aggressive though. Eaton's got to be careful. Alistar does have his flash to exhaust up as well, but that's a lot of free damage that Nada actually took.
Yeah, it's been very good harass here, but you're seeing just great sustain. Having the Relic Shield is good health regain. Nada's also got points in that heal. So, like, Alistar's kind of deceptive. He's actually a very, very efficient, self-sustaining support. So he can go for those trades and actually lick his wounds pretty effectively. And
dead even in gold as well. I don't think Game 5 could have started any better here. But I think Legacy, I mean, they do want to get things going, but they've got a bit of time here. Oh, Kent's going to get the blue raid.
He tried. 38 gold. And pretty green swirls, which actually I think is more important than 38 gold.
The blue wraith is not just money, it is also pride. The mid laners, they love their blue wraiths. As Zeroth's actually even up the CS. Kenzie doing well. Morel and Nomicon, his first item here. Bit of a better choice than the themes because, of course, you don't really need the magic resist up against the Jace.
Yep.
So smart stuff all around. Seeker's early as well for him. So.
Yeah, exactly. First item Seeker, that was his recall timing. He recalled specifically 4 Seekers and I think maybe a potion or 2, but very smart choices there. Choo-Choo's wants to stop recalls. Kenzie's nowhere near.
This feels like a game, though, where Legacy do need to get things rolling at some point, and I think they're going to look to this next dragon that will be up in just over a minute. Because they do have to make plays here. They've got the better early game team. They haven't found a big lead here. In fact, Kenzie could be in trouble. Get away with them! Shot past leads him, but it's not quite enough. Equalizer comes to us. Porky's also roamed there, but that might be enough punch. Egypt finds his door, boxed him in. Beautiful play, and Cardin picks up that kill.
Absolutely amazing. Egypt made that one happen. Everyone did great. So Carvin jumped in a way to not get stunned by Xerath, forced both summoners out. Then Egypt out of nowhere catches up Yuzora, and suddenly 0-3 Lee Sin.
Yep, Tally's not here either, by the way. Rumble did rotate down. They both have their teleports. But they can't fight either. They're going to get the tower and try and get Dragon afterwards. Kadra did finish that Trinity Force as well.
Exactly. That's why they all showed up mid lane. As guys, they got Triforce. Let's go mid. Recalled at the right time. Couldn't even afford a potion. He's like, guys, Triforce is done. I don't care about regen. Let's go mid. Dragons in 20 seconds. Tallywhacker got to stay top and still get a turret for it. Beautiful by Legacy.
3 towers insane. Rod of Eight is ticking away for Tally as well. We're going to try and fight in here. Nada takes quite a bit of poke. They've got to be careful with their flank. Carter's actually farming down the bottom lane. Nada looking aggressive, trying to make something happen. This mid tower doesn't look like it will get defended here. Legacy caught themselves out of position. Tally could tally in. They are going to go in for a carbon. Solo, they're almost done. Zerathos will miss again. Oh my God, he dodges every single hit. And now Choo-Choo's going to go back in. He gets exhausted. Egypt though. Beautiful play coming out. Now Cartridge coming in as well. Tally all in there. Porky gets 1 kill. The Veritas is so low. Good kick from Azora. Junes goes down to the splash damage from that kick. And what a play by AV.
I am surprised they re-engaged that fight. People got chunked out so heavily there. And it was a really, really good turnaround fight by Avant Garde. Legacy got too greedy for Dragon. They knew the timer. They're like, okay, it's in 20 seconds. Let's stick around bottom lane. And Avant Garde's like, well, we're just going to respawn and push mid. Like, no big deal, dude. And they got mid turret for it. Legacy limped into a really bad fight, whereas Avant Garde had basically been knocked to base from dying. They'd healed up quite nicely.
I mean, Tally at least did walk to that fight, so he does have his TP still, but just greedy for Carter to be farming out that wave without his team there to help, and a great swing in from Avant Garde in the mid lane to take it out. They will get this dragon. Hey, where's Carbon? Oh, he's missing. There he is. Comes in to smite it like a good jungler.
All right.
Another right to bottom. Oh, Veritas, what are you doing? You should not be farming here, my friend. Tally does not have flash. Great scrying up coming out. Egypt, can you land the hook? Do I even need the question? Doesn't need to blaze him out. Carter with the kill.
Absolutely perfect stuff right there. Legacy, yeah, Veritas caught in the wrong spot. Again, in his own little world.
He just went full cartridge.
Oh dear.
Bottom turret now going to get aggressed on as well. Yeah, that was a mistake from Veritas.
A lot more picked up by Legacy here. The Dragon picked up because of the low health bars of Avant Garde after that fight. It's a pretty understandable Dragon. The bot lane, though, gifted by Veritas' misplay here. Legacy now in a pretty commanding lead, 2.4 thousand.
And this is it. This is the ball that needs to start rolling here for Legacy if they're going to take this game. Choose is really powering up on this Jace as well. Brutalizer, CDR boots, and the Manamune finished up. They might get 2 towers here with their double 80 carry lineup, and it should be an easy, easy pickings here as Choose gets credit for that time. 4-1 now in turn. Yuzora's on top trading. And that will equalize the goal a little bit.
I don't know if this was the right trade, though. Porky could have theoretically been top lane and saved a teleport for it. He could have been bot lane and ultied for it or something. He hadn't been dead in a long time, so he was available right on the map. It was Avant Garde. Now, for a minute straight, not realizing what's going on the map. They didn't realize Dragon was being taken. Not really. They warded it late. They could have played around that, knowing the enemy team was going to be all in Dragon. Veritas just randomly down there for no given reason, and then they don't defend the bot lane tier 2 either. And the guy pushing top is the Lee Sin. Like, a lot of very strange plays all in a row that Avant Garde need to fix right now.
Great disengage for Avant, though, in the mid lane. They did not want to be there with the blue buff Jace coming in. Lots of shops happen there as well for Legacy. And they quickly back off that tier 2 turret. Cardinal will rotate to the top and pick up the farm that is looming up towards that tower. Although he's got a big wave push, and he might try and slow push it in towards the tier 2. And that could be the next rotation now for Legacy.
We'll see if it is. So right now, you got a small lull. The minion waves all pretty much equivalent. Bot lane will push towards Legacy. Top lane, I believe, is doing the same thing. So it's on them, the team with the lead right now, to put this map back into a spot where they can keep making the plays.
It really is, and good poke coming through. In fact, while I've got a bit of a lull, go through the items just real quick. Rod of Ages was timed well by Tally. He's got a Glacier shot plus the Merchant, so quite tanky already in the early stages. We've got Aggression coming from Carbon in his build to start things off with Spirit of the Elder Lizard plus a Brutalizer. Jace on the way, he needs his last Whisper to really hit that big mid-game power spike. Trinity Force BF for Cardred as well, moving towards the Infinity Edge. Leandri's done for Rumble with the Sork Shoes though. Yuzora looking good, now going tanky after Brutalizer Spirit of the Elder Lizard with a lot of health stacking. Looks like Kensty's going... I don't know what...
He got the arm guard for dinkiness.
Yep.
He just got the standard Milanomicon. He's going Death Cap now.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So 1 step flat damage. And Veritas is doing it again. Blade through and King's finish. He is going to go double blade. Now he's got his Avarice.
There we go. But he bought it later on. That was the important thing.
Choose just hit his power spike, by the way. Last Whisper done. Legacy. Now is your time. I mean, they kind of, again, dodged the Rumble power spike quite well in this game.
And the thing is, even though Jace hit his big power spike, it doesn't get worse from here. It actually just keeps getting better as he buys more damage items, as his Manamune turns into Muramana, as it stacks up and gets bigger and bigger. So Legacy are very much in the driver's seat.
And looking to get deep vision down as well. Oh, Yuzora gets himself hooked up. Legacy gonna go in, flashes out of the box. That's a good flash there from Lee Sin, but look at the poke from this Jace. And Legacy doing what they have to do, bunching up as 5 and just not leaving each other's sides. They're holding hands all the way down this mid lane.
It's actually an interesting thing that Choo Choos does when he plays Jace. So he's doing the smart thing, which is casting Q, then casting E, but he's casting the acceleration gate at max range. You can actually, if you're quick, and I feel like most pro players can do this, you can basically cast the acceleration gate on top of yourself so that you are always running fast when you finish casting the spell. Lets you reposition faster and actually makes the ball faster overall because accelerated for more of its flight path. The max range doesn't change in these cases. Like, you don't need to put it out farther to go farther. So something that I feel like I would like him to be doing as Jace, just not a tactic he's using.
Yeah, that's actually, it's one of those things where until you mentioned it, I was like, oh, whatever, I didn't notice it. But now that you say it, yeah, actually that's a cool little mechanical thing. Yeah. Muramana though has transformed. Sorry, yeah, Manamune has transformed into Muramana. Excuse me, cooldown boots done. Jace he's ready. This is his time right now. Sorkshu's done for Cardred there as well. More tanky items coming up for Tally, who's shown quite the proficiency on tanks throughout this tournament.
Yeah.
And AB, again, not a massive lead. He just have to kind of weather the storm because there are so many strong mid-game power spikes for Legacy.
Oh, wow. And speaking of tanks, I am a little bit surprised by this. Yuzora bought a Brutalizer. So he's already got the Elder Lizard. Okay, that's fine. That's pretty standard. He bought a Sightstone, also pretty standard. But now he bought a Brutalizer. So he has basically no tank stats, or significantly less than you would expect a Lee Sin to have at this stage of the game, meaning there is only Nada as a front line here. Now, maybe they think that's enough, but it does mean Yuzora is very killable.
And we saw earlier, actually, he almost died to one hook from Aegian with everyone else coming in for the damage. Carbon actually has spotted up. Hawking the equalizer that goes down perfectly over the top. Carbon now getting aggressed. Kenzie coming in as well. A good hit from Aegian kills Yuzora. Gets kicked back in, but Porky's exhausted. He might go down, but dodges as Kenzie comes in to defend with poke. That's a good pick, though, for Legacy.
Yeah, it's a lot of flashes.
Oh,
my gosh.
Choo-choos on the Jason. Avant trying to defend here. 2v5, yeah, I think they back off. Kenzie will try and poke them off the Dragon. Might be able to pick up an exit kill or two. In fact, Legacy want to just fight instead, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Legacy just want to sit around on this Dragon. As long as they can keep the mid lane fairly safe and it's really not being pushed out by Avant Garde, they're fine. Very secure Dragon. So there was the squishy Lee Sin paying off. He died rather quickly, couldn't make enough plays there. But also, I want you to look at contribution. I want to think back to what Nada said in the interview around game 1 or 2. He said, look, there's not better players, there's a better team. Veritas won bot lane. A lane he probably wasn't even supposed to win necessarily, fighting a blue buff Corki. Guess what Veritas has done? Got 2 assists. Kadrid lost lane, guess what he's done? 4 kills. And used the Trinity Force power spike to push mid lane for a turret and a couple of kills as well.
Yeah.
Significantly better things have been done by individual members of Legacy, even if they're behind.
And for me, it almost just comes down to experience, potentially, for these two teams. Legacy are the defending champions. They've been here before. We're kind of joking about it before, but they've been in this situation. Literally, the games won and lost in the same pattern the last time they won this tournament. And they've still got a long way to go here in this game, but they are a team that have shown they're capable of winning championships. AV, hot new team, have not yet. And that pressure is there. Yuzora going to get grabbed here. Shock blast, no, they can't see. That's good damage. And I like that Legacy just used the Thresh for poke there.
And just getting good damage down. Honestly, that's the cool thing about Thresh hooks is because he's a poke team, like, it's weird because Thresh can, of course, set up all in, right? Throw the lantern behind you, follow it up, put the box down, great things happen. But because it's still a 1.5 second stun at really long range, he can set up Corki missiles and Kha'Zix W's and Jace Q's, and so he just gets to be the poke enabler. He's basically Trundle back in Season 1. You put a pillar down, you throw Nidalee Spears at it, and people would die. Same thing happening here, except they're Jace Shock Blast. They're just AoE now.
Oh, Carbon, I think missed the pink ward. He walked past it. He didn't give it a good enough look. Tally in the top lane does have his teleport. And choose with the blue with level 14 on this Jace, with a BF Sword extra on top of his core item build already, so he is going along quite nicely. Deathcap, though, is finished for Kenzie, so good spikes across the board. 2 item spike as well for Vayne. Yeah. Infinity Edge is almost on for Kadrid. Jeez, that is a power spike.
This is the risky thing here is, okay, yes, there are some good items coming in for Avant, but you're having such a hard time getting into this game properly. They're getting poked out by really smart sieges of Legacy. Here's the attempt.
Do not defend this turret. Avant, don't do it. No, this is the turret of death. Didn't you watch Worlds? Nada getting poked out. He's actually very low already on Ali. Hasn't used his ultimate yet, though. Nada
being that low means they can't, I don't think, defend this turret properly. He's got to recall. He's got to run back. Even with ulti on, I feel like he dies too fast.
Look at Ejim around the side, ready. Wants to do the green tea thresh hook that he saw at Worlds. And they don't defend. That's one of the easier turrets to claim here. Legacy 6-2 now up in turrets. Only 7 kills to 6. So Avant have been fighting back here, but Legacy have carved out a nice little lead here. So, more man, that's as hard. 5,500 gold.
It's the comp working, and I like this about Legacy, is that, okay, early game pressure, check, right? Mid game pressure, check, that's what this team comp wants to do. But what I like about this and the texture in their team overall is it's not just, look guys, let's look for dragons and just team fight them and press R all at the same time. In fact, most of them when they press R, nothing really happens because they're not these like major crazy ultimates. And if chooses at the wrong time, he no longer deals damage. So be careful on those. But it's a different type of team comp. It's, hey guys, we're going to look at turrets, we're going to siege. They use the Triforce power spike well. They've been chunking people out with Jace really well. They're picking champions in a comp that fits their want of aggression, but they're able to play it and channel it in different ways.
What the hell?
Wow.
Ejim, stop. I'm not going to have a voice
by
the
end
end of
this game. This is amazing. I love this.
That's true. I guess my voice wants you to stop, but everyone else wants you to keep going.
Don't worry. We got 61 minutes of this.
That's oh, freak the prophet.
Where's complexity when you need them?
Not. I wonder how many people got that reference. Moving on, though. Choo-choo is actually something that I think I noticed Swiffer do when he played Jason the game 1 in their semifinal yesterday. I believe this is Infinity Edge Jace coming up.
I like it. No,
I love it.
There's nothing else that builds out of those 2 items. I think it's a great idea. I want to see Infinity Edge on Zed. I want to see Infinity Edge on Talon. I want to see it on Jace. Auto attacks are very relevant. Spells no longer have good ways of being multiplied at this point. Further AD is not useful very much in spell damage. It's armor pen and then stop. And so then it's like, okay, hypercharge is a good ability. Let's synergize off that.
Now, they actually took a lot of damage there. Nada's looking to go in. He's got to be careful. Great pulverize there coming in. Porky will get the first kill now. Egypt tapping in is very, very low. And then that's three clean kills. Avant looking really strongly. Legacy needs to back out. And Avant, oh, Veritas flash forward. There's the next kill. Can they complete the AC? Carja trying to run away.
They can go Baron.
Turn around to fight somehow. Nada, dude, you're...
Yeah. The setup, the AoE wombo combos, it worked beautifully here, and this is going to be the Baron attempt. Yuzora not likely to take too much damage. Nada's here as well. Carja can try. There are fairly low health bars.
Oh, he got clipped by a Xerath Q. Kenzie zoning him out. Yeah, Carja can't stop here. Avant going to turn this game around. Baron will go down here. And that ticking clock that we were talking about, Legacy maybe didn't get enough of a lead here.
They punched it, man. They punched the clock. It slowed down. Let's watch that fight again, though. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so the initiation here. This is the important thing. What can Porky and Nada do together? And the answer is a lot.
I think Maokai
goes in, jumps back out. He's just trying to bait some time. And as Tallywagon just kind of dies by himself, he just keeps getting picked apart. Yazair actually, alongside Kenzie, gets actually basically a duo kill. And if Jace doesn't land poke to start the fight, which he wasn't able to do, like, this is the trouble with the poke comp. They are not good once the battle actually starts.
Yeah, and I think Tally going in aggressively under the tower was the mistake.
That's the wrong choice. With a poke comp, you need to keep poking. You can't just go and say, we're just going to start a fight right now. Not in a 5v5. Not a team that wants you to file up in a little line against them so that they can land an equalizer and land Xerath Qs.
And all of a sudden, the 90-minute game Freak was teasing us about may actually be a thing. We're going to have a longer game than we might have thought here just a few moments ago. Avant with an incredible team fight. And again, this is what Legacy's normally good at, but Legacy picked the mid-game comp this time around. Nada gonna go in, he goes Future, gonna try and pop Tallywagon back, but he can't quite find it. Oh, it's gonna come in, Carja getting jumped on, all this goes down, will go down the vein. There's another kill of Avant, going insane under this turret. Egypt goes down as well, 4 kills for 0.
Oh my gosh, what just happened to this game? Legacy got torn apart out of nowhere. It all went off of one misplay in the mid-inhibitor turret, and that meant 2 4-0 team fights in a row. Now Baron, the middle inhibitor as well, and 20 seconds to get 4.
Avant are honestly legacying Legacy.
Yeah.
They won their games in the last.
Oh my God, they're going for it!
Oh my goodness, Veritas taking the tower. He maybe doesn't want to do it the Nexus turret. Getting aggressed on Nada, taking it up now. But he's taking both towers. Kenzie go in. They get one tower. 10 seconds left on a few. Carja. He's back up in the second. Nexus turret. Let's go down. They want the win. Exhaust goes down. Avant. Can they do it, Porky?
Yes, they do! Oh my
God! Avant Garde. So decisive to finish that game.
Oh!
Wow.
My God.
That game was not supposed to end like that.
Avant Garde was so far down. They could not find a way in. The chase was massive. They kept getting poked out. I didn't know what they could do. And then they found it. And they found it again, and the game ended.
3 champions in 3 regionals. Oceania, you were once a one-trick pony, you're a one-team pony. Welcome to your new League of Legends scene. My God, have we leveled up since a year ago. I was here at PAX Australia. Everything is bigger. The teams are bigger. The teams are better. The crowd is bigger and better. We got Freak here as well. For God's sake, he's huge.
Are you calling me fat?
No. Maybe you're
you're just referring to my ego. Got it. Okay, we're good. Yeah. My vocabulary of puns is, of course, what you're referring to here.
It's so wide.
Anyway, yeah, but wow, what a series. Oh my God, that was incredible.
Legacy
It's got to be a heartbreaker for Legacy.
Oh, of course.
Oh my God, they were in such control, and then literally one misplay opened the game up, and then Avant Garde found their confidence again. And I mean, good on both teams to stick it out. You win game 1, you get smashed 2-0 from there, and they were like, no, we're still okay. They found a game 4. And they're like, okay, cool, maybe we're back in. Game 5 starts, and they have like a bunch of massive misplays. We're like, oh God, top lane got double killed, and then, oh God, they found more ganks top lane, and suddenly Porky's getting really big on Rumble. And then the comebacks happen again and again and again, and we keep going back and forth in this game. And I thought it had settled down into this poke comp just getting to Siege because it's so hard to get in on that team. And then they found it.
And for talking up Avant as a team that had hot new players, Korean bottom lane here on Exchange studying in Australia, for all that, the best games we've seen them play, not just here but in Auckland, were games where they won as a team. Nada said it in his video. It's not about players. You win or lose as a team in League of Legends, and that's so true. That was one of the most decisive calls I've ever seen in a game of League of Legends to close that game out.
Yeah.
I thought they might just throw it right there, go full Cloud9.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing is, you've got to understand what your team does, what your champions do. And you can say, look, we're behind in gold. We just need to lick our wounds and catch it in the late game. That's not okay. That doesn't work in this type of game. If you let them keep poking, they will kill you and you will lose the game. You've got to say, look, we're down 5K. We're down 4 turrets. But if you see the opening, you have to go for it. And in Game 5, they've been playing all weekend long. They've got to be maybe a little bit tired, certainly mentally fatigued from all those really close games to say, no, this is the time we go for this here. And it was the right call both times in a row.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me, buddy. And credit to Kenzie, their shot caller. That would have been quite the tough call to make, but he made it, and that team that game ended so fast.
So it took about a minute to go from, oh man, I don't know if we're going to go 85 minutes. This is basically Legacy's game here, too. Oh, I don't know if we're going to go 85 minutes. The next is dying in good game Avant Garde.
That's Rumble Xerath Vayne. Ended that game. Like, sure, if I'm on the other team, sure. Maybe I expect the Jace AD carry team to just cream through Nexus, but 2 APs and a short-range AD carry, and they're like, yeah, we're good. We won.
They knocked down the champions. They knocked down the turrets afterwards. They got the Baron buff off it, of course, which is very smart. And when they took the inhibitor down, they're like, no, I think we got enough time. And they were right. By about 15 seconds, they could have tanked a couple more shots and been okay. But to go into the Game 5 where it's like, if we make this call wrong, we lose, they made it right.
All right, guys, well, we are finally done. That is David Freak Turley. I'm Julian Page. We're going to